We're going to be kicking off our frozen pizza reviews with the old Screamin Sicilian.
It's the mother of meat. It's got sausage, pepperoni, ham, and bacon on it.
What is a rough cut? What does that mean?
You can kind of see through the front. It's not the traditional circles. It's like a rough. It's probably like
So it discards.
Yeah, because the excess pepperoni off the end of the log.
Okay. Well, going into this, I know that this is Palermo's, so I'm a little wary. I've never had a Screamin Sicilian before.
Yeah, this is a first for me as well. Probably should avoid looking at the nutrition facts, but yeah, don't look at those. we won't worry about that here.
I think these have kind of interesting boxes. They're matte.
Yeah,
which is weird. I don't know. Let's open it up. How does this even pull off?
Nice pull.
I'm gonna slide it out. Nice.
All right, so on this show we cook it as is, so we don't do any doctoring of the pizzas whatsoever. So we're just gonna fire it just like this.
Yeah, and this is looking pretty lopsided already.
Yeah, someone's gonna have a very big pepperoni slice.
We're gonna have to get a knife or something.
Let's pop it open.
Oh,
it sure smells like a frozen pizza in here.
so it smells like nothing.
Yeah, it smells like
what do frozen pizzas smell like?
Well, it smells kind of like wet cardboard and old cheese.
Oh, we're gonna spill some.
That's right.
Some garbage on the table here. Yeah, it is incredibly lopsided. You really rarely come across frozen pizza that has like the toppings are actually uniform.
Yeah, they at least give you a lot of meat on this one. Like you get your money's worth.
Maybe. I mean, it looks like there's a lot of pepperoni all stacked on top of each other, and then there's just some random other like what is this? I think the thing to watch out for, especially, I mean, not just with Screamin Sicilian, but a lot of pizza brands will do like offshoots. There's no actual association with Palermo's on here, but this pizza's made by Palermo's, which generally I don't really like.
Yeah,
it's kind of lower quality, and they don't really have very good politics either, in my opinion.
For anybody who doesn't live in the Midwest, Palermo's is I think it's a Milwaukee-based frozen pizza company. I think they started out as an actual restaurant, but now most of their sales are frozen pizza, and I think they have deals with a lot of sports teams in the area.
I haven't really come across a Palermo's that I would buy a second time. So if this is a secondary brand that actually tastes good, I'm all for it. But you got to watch out for stuff like that. This mouth on here is just terrifying.
Well, thinking these days, you gotta you gotta attract new audiences with big bold boxes. No one talks about
honestly,
no one talks about a Jack's or a Tombstone label, but you would talk about a Screamin Sicilian label.
Actually, it looks like this mustache on the back will pop out of here. Why is that? Yeah, look. There's actually a little bit of serrated...
you can play with it if you want.
I mean, I guess maybe I'll try to pop it out.
Let's go for it.
Yeah, so here you go. You actually got your mustache. You can put it on the pizza. I don't really suggest
Are these things
that.
supposed to stick inside of your nose? Alright, but how long was this in there again?
Probably 13, 14 minutes.
Okay.
So a lot less than advertised, since the box says 17 to 19 minutes.
Yeah, it was getting a little bit smoky in there, so we had to pull it a little bit early. But it got cooked,
Yeah, while it was cooking, it smelled great. It smelled like a cookout. Like it smelled smoky in here, which is really weird and actually kind of surprising.
She's been cooling for probably 4 or 5 minutes. You
Oh,
should
yeah.
give it a cut.
Oh yeah, cut it up. Okay.
I don't know. This pepperoni piece is just going to be absurd, so I'm just going to... Alright.
It's looking pretty good.
Alright. What slice are you on? I think I'm going to take...
Okay, we got to get back to the fact that the topping distribution is just terrible.
No, this piece is basically a cheese slice.
Yeah, I mean, and this one is a sausage slice.
Well, I'm gonna grab this one because it's got a lot of stuff.
I think I'm gonna go with the same idea.
I'll say one thing: this cheese is really stringy.
Yeah, it is really stringy, which is usually a positive thing. Let me try a little bit of this bacon.
Except when the bacon on its own, it cooked up pretty well.
I mean, it tastes like bacon.
It's better,
which is more than could be said for a lot of frozen pizzas. I'm surprised the bottom of the crust actually didn't crisp up too much, but the edges are like really done. So
Yeah.
I don't know if that could be a positive.
So when you're cooking one of these bad boys at home, be wary of the crust on the edge, but don't worry, the underneath doesn't get as nearly as done as the outside.
I would say the toppings, like the actual ingredients, are like pretty like high quality, but the flavor is middle. It's middling.
I think they spend a lot of time focusing on the meat toppings because the meat toppings are really good, but
Yeah.
the cheese and sauce are
The
pretty
sauce,
basic.
yeah, sauce doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, the crust density is pretty good too, but like it's kind of flaky, it's kind of airy, but it's not too. You don't have that like bread sitting in your stomach. It's not an overbearing bread taste.
No, it's pretty thin. Like it's not. I mean, it's not super thin or anything, but I would say though the cheese and the sauce would taste like a cheaper Palermo's pizza. Like it's pretty much. I would say it's probably the exact same sauce and the same cheese, which is not a positive thing.
Yeah, I noticed when I was picking this out, like all of the Screamin Sicilians had like just a bunch of toppings on them because they probably just they focus on just the toppings, not the actual cheese and the sauce that much.
I'm gonna go in for the sausage slice
Okay.
because I'm really interested to just kind of zero in on that sausage, see how it tastes. Generally, frozen pizza sausage is just terrible. I would say the crust and the sauce and the cheese taste like a $2 frozen pizza, which is pretty horrific.
Yeah. Whereas this was on sale for $6. I think normally it's at the grocery store I go to, it's usually $8 or $9, which is definitely not worth that price.
No. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the sauce at all.
You can't even call it sauce; it doesn't add anything to it. It's just like paste.
You got like the really low end stuff that maybe you guys will see a review from this later on. Maybe like a Tony's or something like that, where it seems like it might be good when you look at it. It's in a box, but it just tastes horrible. And then you kind of go up from that, and it's like, oh yeah, this is edible and it tastes fine, and I would eat it. But like, why would I ever buy it again? And it just doesn't taste like anything. And then there's things that are actually like decent, like, oh yeah, this is a good meal. I'd eat it more than once.
Yeah, I'm kind of on the line about this one because on its sale price, it's obviously a much better deal for $6 rather than $8.
Yeah,
But I don't think I'd buy it again for $6.
definitely not.
I think if it went down another $1, I might try it again or try a different one of their flavors because obviously they have a lot of different topping options. But
Well, because you also have to compare it to people in that range or other brands in that range. So $5-6, you're looking at DiGiorno, which
I'd eat a DiGiorno over this.
DiGiorno, some DiGiornos are not as good as you might think, and it's obviously one of the most popular like frozen pizza brands. But DiGiorno is at least consistent and tasty. So there would be no contest between this and a DiGiorno. If you're gonna cook this at home, I would really suggest spreading out the toppings, or just kind of getting kind of like an even distribution so you can actually eat it and enjoy it every slice of it. But we're gonna take it at face value from whatever the company gives us. Well, this has been Lee and Dean with Frozen Pizza Reviews. We're signing off. We'll see you guys next time.